Well, the winter weather is gone, but one last thing is soon going to give you a nagging reminder of the cold weather.
Consumer reporter Steve Noviello says consumers be cautious. Winter's about to pack one final punch, and yeah, it's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, good morning to you guys. For many of us, that bite will come in the form of our utility bill. Juan Elizondo is the Senior Manager of Corporate Communications for TXU Energy. And my guess this morning, a lot of folks are going to have a little bit of sticker shock. We're thinking beautiful weather out now, but the way those billing cycles work, some of us haven't gotten billed yet for what we used during the cold snap.
That's right. Some of us are going to be shorts and t-shirts and getting that bill. And we always think about summer as a high usage time, but it also happens in the winter, particularly if you have electric heat.
So what do you do if you get the bill and you say, okay, I don't have the cash to pay this?
If you have a bill and you know you cannot pay it on time, call the provider. Whether it's us or somebody else, call the provider, because that at least opens the door for a payment plan or something to help you along so that you avoid late fees, you avoid disconnection notices, and all those things that just add additional costs.
Because really the worst thing you could do is just pray it'll go away, right?
That's right. It's not going to go away. And some people think I'll make a partial payment. Well, that is a late payment. And so pick up the phone. It's a hard call to make. We understand that, but make the call, connect with your provider online. Somehow let the provider know what's going on.
So even if you're going to make a partial payment, if you don't have all the cash, you really need to call them to acknowledge that, hey, this payment I'm sending you is not going to be for the full amount.
Right, and you've got to do that before the due date and before that payment goes in.
Obviously, you're with TXU. Do most providers have an option like this for consumers?
You know, everyone's required to have some kind of way to help consumers, whether it's through some kind of bill payment arrangement or deferment or something like that. So everyone has something. Everyone operates a little bit differently, though.
And is everyone entitled to it? I mean, can anybody who calls up, should they expect, okay, if I say I need some help, they're absolutely going to give it to me, or is it a case-by-case situation?
There's case by case. It depends on what your situation is. So there's going to be a conversation. At TXU Energy, you know, our folks are going to talk to you about what's going on and how they can best help you. And other providers do the same thing.
And you should expect what? Some sort of payment plan? Will there generally be interest on stuff like that?
There is no interest, and it depends on what you're looking for. So some people just need a few more days. Some people want to split that payment. Some people want to pay over time. There's all kind of different options available.
And of course, now moving forward, summer, of course, we get the high energy bills. There are some things that folks should be doing as they look forward to say, okay, I'm going to maybe curb or at least monitor my usage as the summer nears.
That's right. There's really no need for a surprise any longer. Most providers, TXU Energy and others, have different kind of systems. You can have budget alerts that come through your email or through a text. You can get all kind of information to know how much you're using and what you might be spending that month. So really no surprises. And then as far as what to be doing, the first thing is make sure that you're on a term fixed rate contract, month to month, and variable rates. Those can change over time and end up with some higher costs unexpectedly. So get it on to a term plan, and then look at your home. You know, change your filters. Have a good program for taking care of your equipment so that you're not using more than you need to.
You know, and also for a lot of folks, really understanding exactly when that term expires. You think, okay, I know I put in for a fixed rate plan. Now all of a sudden it's 2 years later, and your rate's going to go up. So really, resources like Power to Choose, getting on there and really looking at all things that are available for folks.
And then remembering that each provider also has other offers online on their own websites or through their call centers, and so Power to Choose certainly is a resource, but then go to your own provider as well. And your provider is required to send you notice, and so you get those things in the mail and sometimes you just kind of throw them away. Take a look at them. They're letting you know what's going to happen with your rate, but you're the one who controls your usage, and you've got to determine what you can do so that you're comfortable and safe, but you're not using more than you need to.
All right, Juan, open the mail, make sure you understand the terms, and again, powertochoose.org, where you can look at rates for all electric providers in your area. A link right now, fox4news.com. We appreciate it.